Welcome back to Getting Some Head, baby. I'm Michael fucking Rainey, here with my friend Sidney Gantt. Sid, how are you?
Good, man. I'm happy to be here. This is exciting.
I'm glad to finally get you in here. You're one of the most interesting guys I know. You're one of the smartest guys I know. And
that's sad. You just made me feel so bad for you.
You're the only friend I have who takes the long bus to school.
Oh, hell
so
yeah. Let's go.
It's saying something, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. We're fucking getting ready to move. We're down to 2 weeks. And we just came back from Texas because we had planned on doing house shit then, but everything got finalized before we went, so we can just chill. And we were planning on porking it out.
But,
okay. This one went ahead and got her period on the plane.
Oh,
so,
man.
But the nicest lady in the world, you know, she knows how to improvise.
Mile High Club, right? Getting your period on plane.
That's the 5K club.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so you're kind of you're in the process of upheaval.
Yeah, I definitely feel it. Like
you're taking out deep roots.
I feel it now. It's like now that we're like less than 2 weeks out. Like I was just telling Jamie before we got started. Like I'm feeling emotional. I'm thinking about my dead parents a lot. I might have to go.
Well, they'll be with you in here.
No, I'm thinking of digging them up and like launching them into the fucking sea.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting time because I've never moved far away from home. And yeah, I'm feeling a lot of different things, but I cannot fucking wait to go, man.
Yeah, moving far away from home might have been the thing that made Ansley and I the couple we are today. Because we moved far away from home right after college.
Atlanta, right?
Yeah, no. We moved to Euless, Texas first.
Oh, okay.
And which Euless is halfway between Dallas and Fort Worth.
Okay.
First, we stayed a little bit with like a few weeks with my mom, a few weeks with her dad, and then we went to Texas. Okay. And we didn't know anybody out there. It was just us.
Yeah.
So we had to, there was nowhere to hide. So we had to keep facing each other. And for a while, we just fought every single time we were somewhere where there were limited distractions. Like if we were in a car together, we fought the whole, like from point A to point B, you know, like great dinner.
Yeah.
Amazing. You know, get back in the car, fight all the way home. It was, there was, you know, we had many, you know, I'm getting out and walking home, like both directions. You know, we had a lot of those. A lot of like slow driving on the highway. Like
get in the car.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of those in Texas. And then we moved to Pittsburgh, duked it out there. And then Atlanta. And that's, I think, when we started kind of figuring us out.
Okay. Was it like watching a gay black dude bounce his butt cheeks off the gas station parking lot that really humbled you?
Yeah, it was like she needed to save me.
Yeah.
Like I can't have anybody thinking that I was at all on the market for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like on the market in Atlanta is just it's just all genitals.
Oh, they recruit like the Marines, buddy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I one time got accosted at a bus station in South Carolina.
What happened?
So I just sitting there, and there was these two gay guys there, and I don't, you know, I have to take some fault for this. Apparently, to some people, I put off a gay vibe.
You were going gay hound.
I was definitely traveling gay hound that day. Yeah, it's they don't even use tokens. I just shoot jigs into a slot.
I mean, in your defense, it doesn't take a lot. I mean, you could just sneeze in a gay guy's direction and they interpret that as cruising.
It might have been something as innocuous as that. Like they might have sneezed and I might have said bless you, and they were like, ooh.
What you trying to bless?
So you know, they were heckling me. They were like sitting on a bench down from, and I was just trying to, they were being over the top loud black guys.
Yeah.
Black gay guys. Not because that's a different level of over the top blackness.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's like a public scarecrow. It's like
yeah.
They're doing a good job of keeping you away.
Yeah, exactly. They're keeping away the whites and these types of blacks, right? So I'm trying to ignore them because I have like a narc face a little bit. Like when I look at people think they're seeing somebody say, "I'm gonna tell on you," you know, or at the very least, cut it out.
Yeah, I picture you in like a school cafeteria telling kids to stop throwing shit.
I ain't gonna tell you one more time. It's a very natural thing for me to say. You know what I mean? And you know, in a lot of ways, and that's I'm just I don't want to be fucked with, right? And so I'm just basically trying to ignore them. So I get up, I walk around the corner to the snack bar. Everything's closed, except this one little thing in the corner, and they start following me. And I walk over near the one little thing that was open because I don't know what's gonna happen. I just want somebody to be around.
What was open? Boy Scout cookies?
Dude, it was. I can't. It was one of those things where they were like the sandwiches that are already wrapped, and you have a tray, and you like slide down.
Oh, okay,
and you can like pick. It was
at the Greyhound station.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
I mean, it's not bad, but dude, it was the only thing open, which made it seem inedible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even want to eat this food.
Yeah.
I just need a witness, right? And dude, the black guy starts screaming. He goes, you know you a faggot. Stop acting like you ain't a faggot.
What?
You better get over here, boy. I was just ignoring it, walking away, and I was just like, I said to the guy, I was like, dude, are you seeing this? Is there somebody that I can call?
Was it like the lunch lady you were telling this to?
Yeah. I was like, and she was like, "Are you going to clock in or not?" Yeah, and I was just trying, you're like, where do I go? And then they explained to me that there's like a desk in the terminal area, so I had to go back and kind of let him know what was going on. So I have to walk past these people.
That poor guy. There's probably a guy just designated for that.
Yeah, you mean like telling people how to not get fucked by two black guys?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the Atlanta Bureau of Tourism.
Yeah, it was man, and they just kept heckling me. They were being very specific about my lips.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that's uncomfortable.
In their defense, you do have beautiful lips.
Okay, thank you very much for saying so. I appreciate that. It's hard to deal with that as a trait as a man.
With your little Roy Rogers grabbing ass.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel them now. Yeah,
it's
I get
endless.
it. I'm on their side
it's
now.
Endless, right? But here's the darkness of that. These are two gay guys trying to convince me that I already know that I'm gay, and that I want to partake in whatever they have going on. Now they start, and I'm trying to not send any signal that I am at all involved, like want to be involved. They start very specifically singling out my lips.
Are you tucking them in your mouth at this point?
Dog, you can't have attention drawn to your lips and not like want to lick them and stuff. So now they're starting to itch because I can't allow. I'm not allowed. I'm trying to do nothing with my lips, so they're not like getting the proper like re-moisturizing.
Oh, that's gay voodoo, man.
Dog, it sucked, man.
You got me licking mine now.
You know what I'm saying?
From Atlanta, they're getting us.
They're getting us. They're getting us, man. So yeah, that was the most ridiculous part of all that. Like me, like I could feel them drying out.
Dude, I can't stop thinking. Jamie, can you hand us 2 tubes of Burt's Bees, please?
You got a spray? So yeah,
man, that's intense, man. Did they end up getting on the same bus as you?
No, I got them in trouble.
Oh no.
Yeah, I told on them.
What?
Dude, I'm a snitch. Like, especially you're not gonna threaten me with potential
lip stuff, dude.
Yeah.
It's like just to me, it's like talking about my lips is the equivalent of flashing a gun. It's like you have to do something at this point.
Do you know what I mean? And they were jacked too. By the way,
it's tough, man, dude. That's
and gay guys, they're so scrappy.
Yeah,
like the gay world is so violent. It's insane.
I love the inflection with which you said those words.
Dude, it's scary because you ever watch? So like doing open mic scene a lot. You do a lot of shows in the gayborhood, and you get an opportunity to see gay guys fight gay guys and gay guys fight straight guys, right? And you'll see like a straight guy getting into it with a gay guy, and it's just like, dude, first of all, he's in his neighborhood. He's got a field bonus. He's way stronger than he would be anywhere else in Philadelphia. And they fight they're hanging out with the boys all the time.
Dude,
they're like mixing it up all the time. you fought, like what you fight with maybe once a year, if that, you know, like that's a lot of fighting for a normal person.
Yep.
You fight once a year, you're like, dude, what is your fucking problem?
Yeah.
You're an adult.
Yep.
You know? So watching that, like watching a straight guy realize that he's losing a fight to a gay guy is one of the best things that doing open mics in that scene granted me.
Bro, I imagine it's like a serial killer watching the light leave a victim's eyes.
Yeah.
It's like you're just getting your ass beat knowing this guy knows hey.
Yeah, hey. Yeah, and they might catch it.
Yeah.
I don't think we know how gay is spread. We don't know anything
it's
about
like how cats steal breath. That's what they do, dude.
Yeah.
That's, oh my God, what if that's why he was so focused on your lips, is like he was going to steal your breath
Oh man,
and give you gay.
I can't. That's why you can't let him get close.
I know, yeah.
You can't let him. You can't nap at a Greyhound station. You're gonna wake up with a gay black guy hovering over top of you.
I mean, related note, can you tell me about your first fight?
Oh, the first fight that I remember was so I was in kindergarten, and first day of school, literally the first day of kindergarten, they're doing the roll call, and a lot of people don't know me by my name, Sidney. A lot of people know me by my name. I'm sorry, I just turned it on. My bad. So a lot of people know me by Scotty. That's what I'm basically
Scotty,
called where I'm from.
That's cool.
And yeah, and it's from my uncle. I'm named after my uncle. He's also Sidney Richard Gantt, and he looked like an uncle of his named Scotty, and they used to call him Little Scotty, and that's how he got that nickname. So when I got named after him, I got his nickname as well.
Very cool name. Thank God those gay guys in Atlanta didn't know you were called Scotty, because they would have tried to beam you up.
Yeah. I'm trying to do one with Sidney Poitier. It's not working out. Point in my, you know.
Poitier.
Poitier. Yeah. So I'm in kindergarten. They do roll call. Sidney, I raise my hand. A bunch of people laugh, and people are they're not used to hearing that name for a boy. That's all it was.
That's, I mean, it's a very strong name. I can't imagine like why kids are fuck. I hate kids.
I mean, dude, I wasn't even mad. Here's the thing. You're reacting like a parent, right? I was a kid that just got a huge laugh from only raising my hand.
Yeah.
The start of kindergarten, I'm gonna kill every day. When I come to kindergarten, I'm starting every day with a kill.
That's your shucky ducky.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like my catchphrase. It's just me. I can listen here. That's my catchphrase. Here. Yeah. So I came home and I was really excited about it, and I told my mom about it, and instantly she was like, "Fuck no, they're bullying you. Who was laughing the hardest?" And I don't even really, dude, it was like, I was so, I never got a big laugh from a room full of kids before. And I get it, like looking back on that now as an adult, like I didn't technically get a laugh. I didn't earn a laugh, right? But in my mind, I was just so fucking electrified with having gotten a laugh that the rest of the day was just, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And, I didn't remember anybody's, but I remembered one kid from our neighborhood was in my kindergarten class. So I just said him. And my mom took me to his house to fight him.
Oh my God, Sid.
Yeah. And
was he like, what the fuck?
I was pleasant the rest of it. Like there was no, like I played, I was king of the world. Do you know what I mean? Like I was, dude, yeah, it was, it was devastating. It was like my first fight. My mom made me fight my most loyal audience member.
Did you explain the situation? Like, look, I've been through this before. This has happened from kindergarten. I have to fight you, and I'll tell you why after.
No, I mean my mom set the terms with his mom immediately. Like, your son's bullying my son at school. They need to fight this out. So he knows that this can't be something that he's doing for the rest of the year. You know, all that shit. All the terms were set for, like, my mom Don King'd it, you know. And then, you know, I felt like he was blindsided.
Yeah.
He had toys set up. Do you know what I mean? Like I could like peek in and see his dude, and it's it was just so funny. One of the things I remember about him is that he's a dirty kid.
Okay.
And
beating the dirt off him. It's got clean knuckle prints in him.
Yeah, and so we almost came to blows before because we would like play toys with each other. And we were like mix, play toys, and then it was really easy for us to like separate our toys at the end because his toys were dirty as fuck all the time. And he tried to yank a He-Man. It was like, dude, there's no way that's your He-Man. Mm-hmm. Like, let's not even get into the fact that this isn't my He-Man. Mm-hmm. There's no way that's your He-Man. Like, your carpet won't allow this. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I remember looking at him, like, he had his dirty toy set up, and he had to, like, come outside. And, dude, I just knew in my heart of hearts, if I lost this fight to this kid on this day,
oh, man,
my mom's taking me back tomorrow. And she's going to keep bringing me back until she feels like I either, proved myself or won the fight. Like whatever it meant to tie, in her opinion. Like she wasn't going to let me lose that fight. So, I just had so much more to fight for.
Dude, I can't imagine. Have you kept up with this kid?
No, I try not to keep up with anybody. My mom made me fight. That was the first one I remember. Oh, that was not the only time. She pulled the shit. She pulled this shit one time when I was in middle school. Keep in mind, I was hit by a car in 4th grade. Mm-hmm. 5th grade, barely recovered. 6th grade, now I'm starting to get mobile again.
God damn, man. Right?
And people were making fun of me. And dude, rightfully, like I'm healing. It's not like I'm like staying crippled like I'm healing. People are calling me names, and it's what I'm being very self-deprecating about it. My mom doesn't fuck with self-deprecating humor. Okay. She doesn't like to be disrespected. So she doesn't quite understand. She doesn't understand it.
Now during this time when you were fucked up and she knew people were laughing at you, did she have you like roll kids sneaks over with your wheelchair?
No. I mean, she did put me on display a lot.
Okay.
She did put me on display a lot. But man, let me try to figure out if she ever used me for spite. Nah, I'm kind of shocked actually. Like she seemed like she's like the type of person that would like holding my crutch like long ways and like start spinning in somebody's house, knocking shit over. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that was poorly decorated anyway. You know what I mean? Like she is that. She's definitely that type of person.
Was she very nurturing while you were fucked up?
My mom was. She just wasn't. It wasn't a nurturing phase for her. She was still kind of. She was still addicted to drugs. And everything about her was just getting. She was addicted to coke. So everything about her was getting to the next party. My mom was like a hardcore party girl. Like you remember the. I always use this as a description if people remember the show Bad Girls Club.
I don't think so.
It was a reality show.
Newer?
No, it's older. It was like when reality shows first started popping off. It was like Paradise Hotel and like the Bad Girls Club, and they brought a whole bunch of hood chicks that like party super hard.
I would like that.
And put them all in one house, and just let it explode. My mom's one of those types of chicks. She was like a hardcore get party. She would start going out like Wednesday, like she was a partier. She was a hardcore partier, and so she was never. It was never really. How do I say this? Because she was definitely supportive. She was, always said good things, but I never. And she would say that she loved me, but it was like, okay, you just said it so many times. It's like you're trying to meet a quota.
Okay.
Right now, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, it wasn't like a very nurturing. And first of all, let me just say I'm very thankful that she's finally at a point in her life where she can admit these things. She used to be violently opposed to any reality of her mother and being exposed in any way, shape, or form. Oh, good.
It says a lot because I think you know, I encountered it, you know, fairly recently, but I think people reach a certain point where being confronted with like failing as a parent is almost too much to handle. And I think there's like a certain cutoff period where you can face it or not. And then that's the only shot you have to really address it.
Yeah.
But I think as you progress to, I don't know, you know, fucking 60s and up, it's almost, there's zero chance of that happening. What was it, like midway through her life, or?
Dude, it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, she called me one day and she was like, oh shit. Hold on a second, because I know how hard this was for her. Dude, my mom is she's just like one of the best descriptions for the way Patrice O'Neill described his mother as a person who was always warring, and that's what my mom was. She did not like any semblance of disrespect. She would fight at the drop of a hat. My mom never had a job for longer than a single year. When my mom finally had a job for longer than a year, we all went out for dinner to celebrate.
Wow, nice.
I had 3 kids, right? So it was like recently in her life. And that was a big deal for her. Like, she had lost every single job she had from fighting at work because she felt like she was being disrespected, and she told a chick, if you say my name one more time, if my name comes out your mouth one more time, I'm fucking you up. Now she's in a situation where if she does, in her mind, if she doesn't fuck this lady up, this lady's gonna think she has her for the rest of the time she's there. She'd rather get fired and not have a way to provide, you know, a roof over the heads of her children than have a lady thinking that she wouldn't keep her word and fuck her up. Right, so she's a hard lady. She's a hardened lady, and you know, when she was addicted to drugs, she claimed that she was still a good mother and all that stuff. She never really wanted to admit how bad. Dude, I wasn't lived from 6th grade on. I never lived with her again. You know, and even when I was living with her, I never started a school year and ended a school year in the same house. We moved about every 8 months, and we weren't just like up and, you know, like we doing a rainy thing that you guys are doing right now. We were evicted every single time. Dude, between, you know, my birth and me going to live with my grandma in 6th grade, I lived in 11 different places.
Oh, dude.
All around the same fucking town, which is, I mean, you can't even try to trick people into believing you're not poor. One of those times you were living in the Salvation Army. There's no, like, everybody knows you're poor. You know what I mean? Because my mom's a loud person. So anyway, any truth about any of that stuff, she was really hardly strongly rather in denial about it. So she calls me up and she goes, you know, I want to talk to you. And I'm like, go for it. She was like, listen, you know, I'm at a point in my life where I feel like I need to start kind of like leaning into the truth. I was a bad mother to you. I'm sorry that I abandoned you. I'm sorry that I abandoned you where I abandoned you. She sent us to live with my grandma, who was married to not my real grandfather, but, you know, a step grandfather who was there with my mom, and he did stuff to her, which is the reason she got kicked out of the house. Because when she told, he was the head of household, he was providing for like 14 kids, and some of them weren't even his, you know, well, most of them. I think only 3 of them were his at the time. And so my mom, so rather than deal with him, my mom got kicked out of the house at 15. And the only reason why she told that what he was doing to her is because she is pregnant. Thank God it wasn't by him. But, you know, so she had, in case it was, she had to tell. So anyway, so back to, my mom calls me up and she's like, I'm sorry that I left you with him. You know, I know nothing happened to you, but it wasn't worth the risk when I look back on it. And I'm sorry that I treat you badly. You do a lot for me. You've been there for me more times than I've been there for you, which is, you know, sad. And she was, then went on to say that she was very thankful that I turned out to be the type of father that I turned out to be, despite her being the type of mother she was. And it was, dude, that meant a lot to me.
Hey guys, I just want to take a second to thank our sponsor, Hall of Fame. Guessing is for amateurs. Place your bets using real data with Hall of Fame. Founded by data nerds who know the importance of cold, hard facts, Hall of Fame lets you use matchup grades, leg correlation tools, and player performance insights. Once you've created your parlay, you can even send it right to your sportsbook with just one click, so betting is easier than ever. Hall of Fame syncs up with most major sports books like DraftKings and FanDuel. Stop leaving money on the table. It's time to quit the guessing game. For a limited time only, listeners not only get a 7-day free trial, but they also get 50% off their first month when they use code HEAD at checkout. That's code HEAD at checkout. Just download the Hall of Fame app on iOS or Android, enter code HEAD, HEAD, and you're all set. Dude, I mean, I can't, like, imagine, like, one, having those realizations, but two, being able to vocalize all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then three, I wanted to ask you, what did you feel like in that moment, just hearing all those things, one right after the other?
So honestly, like, my mom's so far away from, like, she never, in all of the years of my life, that was the first time I've ever seen her apologize for anything. Like, she's the type of person, if you're both walking down the street and she's not paying attention and she bumps into you, she's telling you to watch where you're going. Like, she doesn't apologize for anything, let alone something like this. So when she's telling me these things, I'm like, oh, fuck, is she dying? Like, is she going to go through all this stuff and at the end of it tell me that she has some sort of crazy disease? So she gets through it all. So I'm not even really able to process it yet. Because I'm like, what is this? Because my mom, she's not straight about anything. She lies about a lot of stuff. And I'm really, I feel bad because I felt like I was trying to rush her off the phone so I can call my brother, who contacts her, is way more in touch with her than I am, to find out if something's wrong. And so, I did that and talked to my brother, and he was like, nah, man, like, she's changing. Like, she called me up like a couple weeks ago and had a very similar conversation. And it was just like, that's when it all hit me. So it kind of hit me like in the movie The Fugitive. It did hit me like in the moment. It all started like waves as I was talking to my brother. And it was, it was a pretty emotional conversation because it was like, we have a lot of trauma for the way that we've grown up with each other. And sometimes that trauma makes it hard for us to communicate with each other because we're communicating around that trauma. And that was the first time that it was like, oh, we can talk about some of this stuff now because it's not ongoing anymore. Like, she feels different. Like, this is not the same person we grew up with. And as long as she was still the same person, like, it's hard to talk about that stuff because you're talking about what your mom still is. Yeah. And now it's what she was, which is good, Yeah.
Was it easy for you to fill a role of such a loving dad? Because anytime I've seen you interact with your kids, it's always very caring, very direct, and very loving.
Yeah. I think so. I think I was meant to be a dad. Two things that I really feel like were roles that were meant for me was being a dad and being a coach.
Okay.
Like, because I care, because I know that I care, and I care enough to do whatever work is necessary to make sure that person's getting the best thing for them. Mm-hmm. And like, I know I can, like, man, if I can already do that and I'm not even a dad, like, if I had my own, like, it's going to be amplified. Like, I can't, I couldn't wait because I've always had to do that with my mom, mm-hmm. And again, another thing that she mentioned, she was like, sometimes I feel like you raised me.
Wow.
Because somebody in the house had to be mature, somebody in the house had to have enough forethought to, if she is fucking passed out from a bender, go into her. So we live in this like government subsidized housing community, and you could go pay utility bills in this location in the facility. So I would just sometimes grab cash out of her purse and run over to and put $90 or whatever down on the so we can have electricity that month.
Wow, man.
Because she wouldn't. She would let it go and then figure it out, and she's really good at building herself out of rock bottom. But boy, did she also set the record for hitting it. Like, we were constantly on, like, as a family, like digging out of her rock bottom, like all the time. It was like that was our cycle.
Were you always aware of, all right, this is going to get cut off. This is fucked up right now. We're on the verge of this.
Oh yeah, you could start feeling it. You could start feeling her work cycle, dude. This is so she would get a new job. So she always worked in like CNA, like certified nursing and stuff. So there was always jobs for her, despite what her record was. You know, that was getting passed around. They always need people at those facilities. So she would always end up getting a job, and she does love attention, and she loves to get attention for how hard she works. But then when she gets attention, she starts stunting on people. Once she starts stunting, whether people are talking shit or jealous or not, that's just part and parcel with stunting. When you're stunting, if people ain't jealous, you ain't stunting hard enough, right? So my mom, believing that she was doing an adequate amount of stunting for people to be jealous about her, feels like she is feeling the rumblings of people talking shit. Like she walk into a room, people ain't acting right. Oh, you all must be talking shit about me, or whatever. But as soon as like my mom was like starts talking about how she's like the best at that job and they all love her, and it's like, all right, this is where it starts.
Oh, no.
You know, let's start putting our clothes in trash bags now, Mike. This is we're gonna be moving in the middle of the night real soon.
Damn.
And that's kind of what it was, because we wouldn't always find a place to live right away. Most of the times we would like stay with a friend of a friendship my mom was concurrently ruining, with, us living with her. Because again, this friend of my mom is always a woman, being so courteous, letting a family of 3, sometimes 4, my sister was like a runaway, this is crazy. She was sometimes not, and but she's still letting this like two boys, my mom, stay with her. And then my mom's now fighting with this chick in her living room because my mom felt she was being disrespectful when she was saying, please make sure your sons don't leave the soap in the bottom of the tub. And like, we're like, oh yeah, no, God, yeah, please, yeah, that ruins the soap.
Did you know that like even just by her having that conversation, that's the prelude to a massive blowout?
Oh, yeah. My mom couldn't hear any criticism was disrespect. And no matter how straight it was said to her, she would always find a reason to amp. She would get in that Mamba mentality. She was like Jordan. Like any little slight, she could turn that into her fuel to fuck you up now. And it was...
I took that personally.
Yeah. Yeah, would you say my son don't know shit about soap now? Yeah, so... Yeah, we saw a lot of that. A lot of like watching my mom fight people in their own houses, which, dude, now that I'm an adult, you realize how fucked up that is. You got to move.
I don't know. I think she could make a ton of money pitching this as a reality show.
Yeah.
Just going like John Taffer Bar Rescue, just going and just whip people's asses in their own houses to get them to fix their own shit, make it look nice.
So that is, you can't, man, listen. Brilliant idea. I support the idea 100%. But dude, when you beat somebody up in their own house, mm-hmm. the ghost of that fight stays
never
there.
Leaves.
It never leaves. And the person who fought you leaves, mm-hmm. But you have to walk past that fight all the time. Yeah. And like, dude, you got to get rid of lamps. You got just like
you're just waving sage around.
It's crazy. It's a crazy thing to do to a person that was your friend, was friends enough with you to let you bring your kids to stay with her. You let her bring her kids with their fucking 3 trash bags full of clothes apiece.
Dude.
Yeah, dude, it was she was a wild, erratic woman, which, and again, one thing that my brother and I, we always say we're thankful for is that we did get to live an exciting life. Like, it was definitely, the poor man's version of an exciting life. But dude, you were on your toes at all times. Like, you never knew what was around the corner.
Was it always devastating, or did there come a point where you're just like, this is just what I do?
Yeah. So you mean like as far as like what I had to do for the family?
Like having, like you mentioned, like having to move so many times. Was there ever a point where it's just like,
Okay.
I knew this was coming, and it's whatever at this point.
So yeah, that's a great question. So again, here's the beauty of having a fighter as a parent, right? There is in a fight, there are no lies, right? We're both experiencing the truth. It's my favorite part about it, right? And so my mom is very familiar with the truth, and she would only really ever address it when she was like hitting a rock bottom, like, oh my God, we're about to get evicted. You know, I don't have a job. You know, we barely have enough gas in the car to even get to, you know, that's when, and like she's crying on the edge of the bed. She would be at her most truthful. And a lot of times she would pull us into the room when she was going through this rock bottom moment, and she would explain to us that what was happening was because of her. Like, we weren't that, you know, and she would even say, like, you guys, you're both better than me.
Wow.
Like, I wish I could be the type of person even you are now, we wouldn't be in this situation. Don't let my actions affect how you see yourself. Like, you're both meant to be great. This is just who I am. I'm fucked up. You know, so we always had that with it too. So it sucked to have to, again, pack all your, because you're not just packing clothes in trash bags. All your toys have to go in trash, like poking out of trash bags. And it's like, this is a difficult move. It's like, the toys, they're delicate, you know what I mean? Because they'll rip out of the bag, and now, you know, which happened, of course, you know, but yeah, so we were also kind of conditioned to be like, oh, that we have to move because this bitch can't keep a job. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, this isn't us. Like, she's poor. We're just here. you know what I mean? Yeah. So we were very conditioned for that. So it should have been devastating, but it wasn't. I think my meter for devastation kind of got recalibrated through that process as well, which people think that I'm a very calm person. I don't know if I don't know if I am calm. It's just that things just don't even like get in my bubble because of, you know, the fire that I was forged in. It's just like, yeah, whatever, it'll pass. Most things can be figured out.
Yeah, I've never seen you freak out.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I have, you know, but and it's very cathartic. But it's yeah, most things don't even get me close to that. So, and again, it's not from like, you know, being stoic, you know. It's because, you know, I watched my mom fight our landlord when he came to say, I can't let you keep going any longer. You have to pay me. She hits this dude with a chair. No, so
even the landlord's getting his ass beat in his own house.
Dude. So I used to have this joke because in that, so I said this, I literally said this as a kid. My mom, the landlord's in the house, and he's telling my mom, like, I can't let you go any longer. I let you go 2 months. This is ridiculous. My mom says, I'm not going to sit here and let you talk to me like that in my own house. And I was like, Mom, this is his house. Like, that's crazy.
I'm on her side on this one.
I mean, listen, I've heard it both ways.
Yeah, this house has my energy in it.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely won the energy battle, you know. Like, she had to do with a chair.
How did he react to that?
Dude, he crumbled. Like, it wasn't the WWF, you know what I mean? This was like it was a wooden chair. Like, she fucked that dude up. And then, like, he left to go call the cops. No cell phones back then. He had to actually get in a car and drive to a phone. He had to
leave his own house.
Yeah.
I don't feel safe in my own home.
He had to put miles on his car to get to a phone. So yeah, he had to, and then like, and now we have to leave.
Yeah.
Before the cops get here.
Oh God.
We got to go. So we could only pack what we could fit. Like, my mom like threw a couple trash bags at us. Like, I think we only got like one apiece. Dude, it was like that move was a almost complete restart of life. I mean, because a lot of times like, we couldn't take our furniture with us when we were moving to other people's houses and stuff. And a lot of times my mom was getting furniture from Rent-A-Center anyway, so that went back to the store anyway. But like,
was she beating the shit out of Rent-A-Center guys too?
I mean, listen, I wouldn't doubt it for a second, man. It was like, you gonna rent these hands. Yeah, I mean, I used to, but I did used to have to fucking go in with her to like read contracts for her and like explain contracts to her and stuff, so that she seemed like she knew what she was talking about. What the rest of that was like my first household job, was like translating documents so my mom knew what it was saying to her.
Okay.
And so yeah, but my mom followed everybody everywhere, man. It was and that was scary, because I thought like you don't know enough about like the law and how the law works, but I really thought my mom was going to get arrested for that, and that we were going to get in, we were my brother and I were going to be in the system, you know, because that was like one of your biggest fears when you live like that. You're constantly aware of the idea of caseworkers, and you know, not ever letting anybody know what your life is like at home, because any information can get like I can't, like, you know, if I'm sleeping at school, you know, I can't be like, oh, well, my mom got evicted and we moved at 3:00 in the morning and now caseworkers in your business. You know, that was my fear. So I couldn't even say anything to her. I had to make up stuff to a teacher. Like, why are you sleeping in class? Like, because you're boring as fuck, bitch.
Gotta beat a teacher up in her own classroom. Beat her with her own apple.
Yeah. No, my mom did beat up a teacher.
I believe it.
My mom beat up a teacher when I was a little kid. And then my mom tried to fight my principal and my assistant principal on my graduation day, because I didn't get my diploma.
Why?
So they thought that I skipped school, because like we would all wear like it was like States was coming up, and all that week we were all wearing our track uniforms. Somebody had an excused absence to go somewhere. They left. They thought, somebody in the office thought they saw me leaving in the track uniform, and they wrote me up for skipping. Never told me or anything, but they just penalized me by not having my diploma in my book when
That's fucked up.
I didn't find out until I opened it, and it was like, you know, there's this one thing in it that says like congratulations and all this other stuff, and I was like, this isn't the diploma. And I went to someone, I was like, I didn't get my diploma, and they were, dude, the assistant principal was so happy he got to be like, yeah, because, you know what I mean? Which,
that's shitty, man.
I mean, it is shitty, but like, there are so few perks with that thankless job that he's doing. Yeah. If like letting the dude know he's not getting his diploma, because like in his mind he was like, we caught you, dude. You know, we got you. Like, I mean, a very shitty thing to find power within. But if that's your life, you gotta flex. Well, I don't get to flex because I'm an assistant principal. Do you know what I mean? I got to live a flexless life just because of where and who I'm flexing against. Yeah, I'm an assistant principal. I'm going to be flexing on kids. It just is what it is. Those are my people to flex on. You know what I mean? And but yeah, he and my mom just went off, and you know, she's trying, like fucking the officer is like holding her back from like trying to get to the assistant principal and the principal, and it's this whole big thing. And she's doing that like that James Brown thing where he's like, the performance is over, and I like walk away. Yeah, and then she like you bust out of the gate,
putting the gown over you.
Yeah. No, we must have put that gown on her like 7 times, like 7 times. And dude, at one point, I'm getting mad at Mr. West. Mr. West was the officer who, you know, he was also he was the judo instructor that I had when I was a little kid at one point. So I knew him from that.
That fucking guy is the one that told you you're not getting your diploma?
No. He was a cop.
Oh, okay.
He was a cop that was like, and so every time, you know, my mom would calm down and like we put the gown on her. Every fucking time we did that, Officer West would act like, oh, we're cool. Everything's cool. And I'm looking at him like, dude, you know, like eyes on this bitch. And every single time she got a little bit closer to the principal, or I mean, the assistant principal who she was going for, but she got a little bit closer. And dude, it's like, dude, motherfucker, are you trying to challenge yourself? Like, what are you doing? Like, when we get her to, like, stand, like, still block all this stuff. So I talked to him later, and he thought what he was doing was, like, de-escalating the situation, trying to not, you know, whatever. Was not working, you know? And, but yeah, so that was the graduate. Yeah, that was, she tried to fight everybody, and then we finally cleared everything up. And
did you clear it up with those juicy ass lips?
I licked my lips until they just gave me a certificate, dog. They were like, you just graduated to my heart. Yeah.
Sid, I mean, I don't even know what to say, man. This has been the most captivating episode of Getting Some Head that I've done yet, man. And please, what do you want to promote before we move over to the Patreon?
Oh man, dude, me and my homeboy Ryan Shaner are doing a podcast called World War Fun right now, and it's just the two of us, and we kind of like settle on a theme for the episode, and we invade that theme as many ridiculous ways we can to find every funny thing we can out of it, and we're just having a blast. So I'd love for you guys to come hang out with us, check it out, subscribe. If you do check it out and you end up leaving a comment or a review, which we appreciate, please let people know that you saw me on Getting Some Head, and that way people will be like, what the hell is Getting Some Head? I'm checking. I'm seeing that in a comment. Like, I saw this on Getting Some Head, and I don't know what that is. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know? So yeah, so please do that, and help us grow what we're doing. We're having a good time.
Dude, it's such a fun, funny show, and I'm so glad you guys linked up.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's a blast. I can't believe how much fun we have every week.
I believe it, buddy. Yeah. Check out Sid's show. Also, check out some more episodes of Getting Some Head. If you're watching this on Patreon, thank you. If you're not a member of the Patreon yet, please consider joining up. It's patreon.com/getinsomehead. That's GETINSOMEHEAD. New episodes every week, on top of part 1 and part 2 of just about every episode. Sometimes I can't get everybody for a full 2-part episode, so I'll try to lock them down for an hour. Those Getting Some Head episodes are called Quickies. Got Quickies with Ian Fidance, Gio Perez, Dan Soder. I'm trying to lock everybody down for multiple hours, but it's not possible with everybody, so I try to get what I can from everybody, and everybody's got some incredible shit to offer. On top of that, too, we do After Dark episodes on the Patreon where I ask questions all about love and sex of our guests, and after Sid's part 2, he's going to stick around for an After Dark episode, so I can't wait to find out.
Smell my fingers, dude.
Yeah. Oh, God. Now I know why gay guys are chasing the Greyhound stations, man, because those things smell delicious, man. But yeah, check out the Getting Some Head Patreon. And aside from that, we'll see you for part 2 over at patreon.com/gettingsomehead. Later, guys.